touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
Hey peoples and YouTubers and other denizens of the web. Frosty Knives here again. And today we're going to show you just a couple of the DVDs, new DVDs that I got that I added to my collection over the last week. I've been going around raiding clearance bins. So go and find the movies on cheap. So always a good way to find stuff. So a couple of DVDs, a couple of Blu-rays, and one special edition. So here we'll go. We'll start with the Blu-rays first. So as you may know, the a lot of the blockbusters around the country are going out of business, and the one down the street has been slowly going out of business for months. And I pop in from time to time and see what they have on sale. And right now they've got $2 movies, and not a whole lot left. As a matter of fact, most of what they have is crap at this point. But all of their movies are $2, and they have a lot of movies that are just in the sleeves for $1. I don't buy any of those because, unlike my friend John, I don't like taking the time to buy empty DVD cases and doing covers and whatnot. Even though he does an excellent job of doing it, it's just not my cup of tea. So this is what I picked up at the Blockbuster. 3 of these are mine, and 1 of them is my daughter's. So first off, on Blu-ray, 3 Blu-rays and a DVD. Up on Blu-ray, Kick-Ass. I really enjoyed watching this. I watched it on Netflix. This is about the only Nicolas Cage movie that I actually enjoy. Not because of Nicolas Cage, but because of everything else. So, look at that, see? My friend John would freak out over that. I tried taking that sticker off, and it just shredded it. So this is one of those DVDs that I'll probably find an empty case for and just transfer it. But I really enjoyed this movie. Got it on Blu-ray. Saw it on Netflix. Good comic book type superhero movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend going and picking it up and watching it, or at the very least, checking it out on Netflix. Number 2, Dolan's Cadillac, starring Christian Slater, Wes Bentley, and Emmanuel Vaugier. This was a direct-to-video movie. This was never shown in theaters. And the reason that I bought it, not because I'm a big Christian Slater fan, because I'm not, but because it was based on the short story by Stephen King. And most of his movies that are based on his short stories tend to do a little bit better than the stuff that's based on his longer works. So I have never seen this, and I figured I read the book. I read all of his stories, and I know how this one goes. I like to see how close they actually get to the story, the original source material. So we'll pop this in the Blu-ray player later on, and we'll see how it goes. Dolan's Cadillac. It's not a supernatural story. It's not about ghosts and goblins and boogeymen. This is a story, an action story. This is basically, it says here, it's a twisted tale of murder and revenge, and it is. It's based on the premise is a man who goes after a mob boss who put a hit on his wife, killed his wife. But the way this guy dies in the story is very ingenious, and we'll see how it works on the screen. So I picked that one up to see how that goes. I tend to collect Stephen King stories and movies and whatnot. And this is the one my daughter picked out. It's kind of cutesy, I suppose. This is Shorts from the directors of Spy Kids. This is The Adventures of the Wishing Rock. I have no idea what this is about, but she wanted it. I'll probably watch it. Looks kind of goofy. You know, it's one of those. I've seen the Spy Kids movies, and they're not bad. They're just, you know, they're kiddie movies. So we'll see how this works. How good this movie is. She liked it. She wanted it, and for $2, I figured, you know, what the hell, we'll buy it. And the last thing that I bought there, and I bought it, took a chance on it. It was $2. Never heard of it. This is Incubus, starring Robert Englund. That's why I bought it, because it's starring Robert Englund. This was another movie that went direct to video. This is a rather recent movie. It looks like it was put out in 2011. And I actually just got done watching this movie. It's okay. It's not the greatest. The plot is a little it meanders, and it's a little strange. But you know, it's Robert Englund, and Robert Englund does a knockout job on here. Robert Englund is the super creeper. Yeah, he still has it. He's still, you know, this is Robert Englund with no makeup, just him, and he really does a really good job. He does a good job in anything that he does. And you know, this one wasn't too bad. This has got Robert Englund, William Forsythe, and Joey Fatone, as I like to call him, Joey Fat One. Not a big fan of those guys, but you know, I bought it because it was Robert Englund. And interestingly enough, I started looking into this. I looked it up on Wikipedia and Rotten Tomatoes, and looked at, there's the DVD. This movie is only an hour and 12 minutes long. Not that long of a movie. But this movie, interestingly enough, and I'm sure my friend John will get an interesting kick out of it. This movie is set in the fictional town of Woodhaven, Rhode Island. And actually, the people that put it out, this is the Woodhaven Production Company from Rhode Island. They are a small film company based out of Rhode Island. And this film was shot in Cranston, Rhode Island. Who knew? A movie from my hometown. I say shot in Cranston, Rhode Island. What I really mean it was shot in a building in Cranston, Rhode Island, because this entire movie takes place in one spot, a police station. So they probably got some old abandoned building and used it and filmed it, and was shot in one building. Actually, the movie takes place in two spots, a mental institution and a police station, both of which could have been shot in the same building. So they rolled into Cranston, Rhode Island, and probably took 3-4 weeks of shooting a film. This is direct to video, was never released in the theater. This is fairly low budget. Special effects are okay. The music is not a lot to it. The acting, aside from Robert Englund's acting, is subpar. And you watch the movie, and I'll guarantee you that the majority of their budget for this movie was probably used to pay Robert Englund. So you know, it was okay. It's like an hour and 12 minutes long. It's interesting, and you can tell that these people were really counting on Robert Englund's reputation as a horror icon to sell this movie, because look at what it says on the front. It says, "New demon, new nightmare." So they were really banking on his reputation as Freddy Krueger to sell this movie. So, you know, I picked it up because it was $2 and it was Robert Englund, and a lot of his other movies that I've seen I enjoyed. So who doesn't enjoy Robert Englund? I mean, the man is an icon. He's creepy in everything that he does. All right, these next three ones I picked up from the cheapy bin. The cheapy bin at Best Buy. I like the cheapy bins at any place. I like the cheapy bins at Best Buy. So here's 3 Blu-rays that I picked up. Number one, I was really surprised at myself that I did not own these movies at all. So, 28 Weeks Later. This is the sequel to 28 Days Later. I did not own either one of these, and I was really surprised that I didn't own either one of these. And I didn't want to buy them on DVD. I found the DVD 2-pack at Walmart. I figured I'd hold out for the Blu-ray. So I only found this in the cheapie bin. This was the second one. 28 Weeks Later. Look at that. She's got two creepy eyes. And if you haven't seen this zombie movie, go see it. It's really good. Both of them are really good, and it's probably something that you should own. This really reinvigorated some of the newer zombie flicks. So I can't wait to put this into the Blu-ray player and watch it, because I saw both of these in the theater, and they were really good. You got some special features and whatnot on it. But this is a zombie movie that takes place in England, and it's really good. I suggest you go and check it out. They were supposed to make a third one. They did 28 Days Later. They did 28 Weeks Later. And the rumor was they were going to do a third one called 28 Months Later. And I don't know. That's sort of in developmental hell right now. I'm not sure where that stands. So maybe it'll come out at some point. Second one I bought, again, on a whim in the cheapie bin. I'd seen the trailers and kind of wanted to see it. And this got really shitty reviews. And anything that gets really shitty reviews, I want to see, because I don't believe in reviews. I like to make my own opinion. So here we go. The extended cut of Sucker Punch. So if anybody has seen this and you have any comments on it, go ahead, shoot me a comment. I've never seen it. I kind of know the premise about it. This comes in, this has got two of them. 2 Blu-rays. One is the PG-13 theatrical cut, and one is the extended R-rated cut. So, again, I'll throw that in the Blu-ray player and watch it. I have no idea, but, anything, I'm always good for like a sort of a comic fantasy action-oriented movie. The big gripe about this movie, they said, was that it was too much like watching a video game. Not really sure how that's a gripe or a complaint. I play a lot of video games, so we'll see how this is. Again, cheapie bin, shitty reviews equals a frosty buy, in my opinion. And the last one that I picked up in the cheapie bin, boy, you ought to own this movie. I don't care what you are, who you are, own it. This is the 15th anniversary edition of Clerks. And if you have not seen Clerks, this is an amazing movie. And if you have not seen Clerks and you work in retail or the service industry at all, you need to see this movie, because this is spot on. You will relate to this movie. See what it says? And it's true. This is like my motto. Just because they serve you doesn't mean they like you. And I can tell you that most of the time, we don't. So, this is Kevin Smith's first movie. Shot in black and white. Rumor has it, I heard that he only had, this movie was created on a $15,000 budget. Rumor has it that he sold his Spider-Man comic collection to raise the money to make this movie. But this is the first in a long line of really good Kevin Smith movies. Clerks, Chasing Amy, Mallrats, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. They're all amazing, and you really ought to just go see them. And it's got a lot of cool little bonus features to it. The movie's shot completely in black and white. I love Randall. He's such a nerd. He reminds me of myself sometimes. There he is. Right there. Randall. Dante and Randall. Randall's such a nerd, and sometimes he reminds me a little bit of me. Going off on his Star Trek rants, Star Wars rants, and all that nerdy stuff. So go check it out. Rumor has it that Kevin Smith is writing the script for Clerks 3. So we'll see if that happens. And the last two I picked up at the mall somewhere in one of the stores. No, I actually picked this one up at Walmart. I picked this one up. in the mall. So this is what I got at Walmart. I was really excited to see this. For $5, I got 9 movies. And this is the Puppet Master collection. And if you haven't seen the Puppet Master movies, you ought to. They're just cheesy. And they made 9 of them. They actually made 10 of them, but this came out before the 10th one was released. So this is the Charles Band collection of all of the Puppet Masters. Puppet Master 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. And, you know, they're about these little puppets that go around killing people. I mean, it's schlocky, but it's fun. It's fun stuff. And it's 2 disc sets. It was $5 for 12 hours of movies. And, you know, I've seen most of them, but I couldn't resist getting Puppet Master collection on DVD, the entire run, all 9 movies, minus the new one. I'll have to find it up. And that completes actually my Puppet Master collection, because now I've got all the movies, and I also own Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. That's fun. And the last thing that I picked up, again, on a whim, it was in the cheapy bin at FYE for under $5. I found it. I bought it on a whim, but it is a collector's edition. It's got a lot of swag to it, and it was really cheap. And it's one of those classic American movies that is, I believe, in the National Film Libraries. It's preserved there. So I picked it up because it seems interesting to me, and I like sort of movies that are timeless, that are considered American classics. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway, Bonnie and Clyde. And this is the 2-disc special edition DVD with a lot of cool swag. So, you know, I like the story of Bonnie and Clyde. I kind of know it. This was created in, this was made in 1967. This is considered vintage American classic. This was actually considered the first movie to usher in the new Hollywood, what they call the new Hollywood era of filmmaking. And this movie, at the time that it came out, was considered violent, and it was considered glorifying murder and, you know, all the things that people complain about. And it was sort of criticized, and it was banned. And you know, it's got a good cast. It's got Warren Beatty, it's got Faye Dunaway, it's got Gene Hackman, it's got Gene Wilder, it's got Estelle Parsons. I mean, it's a great cast. And, you know, for $5, it comes with a lot of good stuff. The top opens here, and here is the two actual DVDs. So here is what they say the film with Warren Beatty. And there's the film Bonnie and Clyde right there. And as you can see on the back, there is Gene Wilder, Gene Hackman. So this was the film, and this is the disc that has the special features in it. You open that up, and there's the disc with all the special features. I like this. It says, he was the leader. She wrote poetry. And then it also came with you can get a free movie poster. I'm sure this is far from expired. When did this come out? 2008. This edition came out in 2008. So you can get a free movie poster, or I can go back in time and get a free movie poster. It comes with a press book, which I thought it was really cool, because look it's got vintage newspaper articles from when this was shown in the theater. You know, old archived newspaper articles. And, you know, the librarian in me just kind of giggles at this. This is the kind of stuff I like, to see all this vintage stuff preserved. This is really cool. And it also came with a photo book. And this has, you know, photos and from the set and the movie and whatnot. So this is really cool. All in all, they killed 18 people. They went on a murder spree. Murder spree, I tell you. That's what it was. So, it's, it should be good. I love American classics, and it's like, having things like Citizen Kane and whatnot in your library. So, I was glad to pick this up. I was glad to, and it was on the cheap, so I got it because I think having this kind of stuff in your collection is good and important. I think there are some movies that, whether or not you would ever watch them, you should probably own them. Ben-Hur, Citizen Kane, the classics, the stuff that laid the foundation for the modern American film industry. And that's all I got. That was my little haul. That was my board haul. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go watch some of these movies. I may go watch Nolan's Cadillac or maybe the Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know, but I'm gonna go watch some movies now. So you have a good day.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong. Oh, you touch my tra-la-la.